future events according to Bible prophecies. Most prophecies in the Bible have already been fulfilled. However, some events predicted in the Bible have not yet taken place. Since we believe all prophecies in the Bible must come to pass, we can therefore expect the following to happen in the coming future. 1. Antichrist will come from the north. Daniel 11 verse 40. At the time of the end, the king of the south will engage him, king of the north, in battle, and the king of the north will storm out against him with chariots and cavalry and a great fleet of ships. He will invade many countries and sweep through them like a flood. Even though there are some speculations that the Antichrist will come from the Middle East, the above verse indicates that the Antichrist will be a king of the north. A king of the south will engage him in a battle, which will then trigger off his extensive military conquest. 2. There will be a war in Israel. Daniel prophesied that he, the Antichrist, will also invade the glorious land, which we know is Israel. Daniel 11 verse 41. He shall enter also into the glorious land, and many countries shall be overthrown. This echoes with another prophecy in the book of Ezekiel. The one leading this army against Israel is said to be Gog from the inmost parts of the north. Ezekiel 38 verses 14 to 16. In that day, when my people Israel are living without fear of danger, will you, Gog, not be moved against them? And you will come from your place in the inmost parts of the north, you and a great number of peoples with you, and it will come about, in the last days. 3. People will be living in peace when this war breaks out. Ezekiel 38 verse 14 tells us that when Gog shall invade Israel, my people Israel are living without fear of danger. Jesus said there will be wars and rumors of wars before the end comes in Matthew 24 verse 6, so why would the people in Israel feel so secure? Daniel 9 verse 27 could be the answer to this question. Daniel prophesied that the Antichrist will make a covenant, peace treaty, in the beginning of the last 7 years. However, he will not keep his promise. In the middle of the 7 years, the Antichrist will set up an abomination that causes desolation in the Holy Land. Daniel 9 verse 27. He, Antichrist, will confirm a covenant with many for 7 years. In the middle of the 7, he will put an end to sacrifice and offering. And at the temple he will set up an abomination that causes desolation, until the end that is decreed is poured out on him. Also compare this with another prophecy in 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 3. When people will be saying, and believing, in peace and safety, destruction will suddenly come on them. 1 Thessalonians 5 verse 3. While people are saying, peace and safety, destruction will come on them suddenly, as labor pains on a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. Is it possible that these 3 prophecies all refer to the same event? Fourth, the plan to establish a one-world government will fail. Even though the ultimate goal of the Antichrist is to make the whole world worship him, he will not be able to unite all the nations, and his kingdom will be broken and divided. Daniel 2 verses 41 to 43. Whereas you saw the feet and toes, partly of potter's clay and partly of iron, the last kingdom shall be divided. As you saw iron mixed with ceramic clay, they will mingle with the seed of men, but they will not adhere to one another. Some countries will also escape from his hand. Daniel 11 verse 41. Many countries will fall, but Edom, Moab and the leaders of Ammon will be delivered from his hand. In addition, there will be opposing powers against him from the east and the north. Daniel 11 verse 44. Reports from the east and the north will alarm him, and he will set out in a great rage to destroy and annihilate many. From the above verses, we can probably conclude that setting up the last kingdom would not be as smooth as the Antichrist has expected. His own members will fight against one another, and there will be strong opposing forces against him. Some nations will also escape from his rulership. 5. No one will help the Antichrist at his end. The end of the Antichrist will come when he establishes his place in the Holy Land. When his end comes, no one will help him. Daniel 11 verse 45. He will pitch his royal tents between the seas at the beautiful holy mountain. Yet he will come to his end, and no one will help him.
Disclaimer. The above predictions are based on the interpretation of the author. Viewers are welcome to leave your comments if you have different interpretations.